Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. I am King 5 Meteorologist Adam Claibon. It's been a wet day today, and that's only the beginning of what's looking to be a pretty wet week ahead because we have multiple systems that are going to be coming on through. To go along with that, a different pattern, which is going to include cooler air with highs for a lot of this week. Probably not getting out of the 40s for many of us. So we're going to talk all about that, and with the cooler air, you're going to get lower snow levels. So we are going to get some more mountain snow. We'll talk about how much we're expecting there over the next few days and talk about what happened today as we started off daylight saving time. That started up until sunset this evening, 7:06 p.m. As we go later on into the month and eventually as we get into the season of spring, you can see by the 20th of next month, we're in the 8 p.m. hour for those sunset times. So we need to get the sun out from behind the clouds to really enjoy those sunsets. But it looks like for the time being, we're going to see a lot more of these cloudy skies. And really for the next 3 days, you can see highs, upper 40s, barely getting into the 50s on Wednesday. Some showers around. Now, I think most of the day on Monday, especially during the daytime hours, we're going to stay dry. We'll have a few light showers from here to there. So your wetter days will be heading into the day on Tuesday and also heading into Wednesday. All right, let's get into the forecast because next 7-day stretch definitely going to be cooler and wetter. Highs in the upper 40s to low 50s. We get up to 50 on Wednesday, but that looks like it's going to be the only day. A lot of the showers on Thursday early into the day, and then we'll see another round with another system coming in as we go throughout the course of the day on Friday and then into the upcoming weekend. Here we are at about 6 p.m., 6 to 7 p.m. here on your Sunday evening. We're in the form of rain so far there at Stevens Pass. Snow level still up around 4,500 feet. It's coming down, but we're definitely seeing more of the rain as opposed to any sort of wintry precipitation up there. But we are going to see things definitely shift. And it's been much higher, much warmer than freezing here at Snoqualmie Pass. I haven't seen temperatures as warm as the upper 40s there early into the afternoon. So going to take some time, but we are going to get the snow down to the level down there as well. And we should continue to see more rain here in the lowlands. Here's a look at Tacoma. Raindrops showing up on the camera lens there, as well as what's happening in Granite Falls. Bellingham, a few raindrops there. Most of the rain actually staying south of us, so not going to be quite as high as when it comes to some of the totals there. Everett, we've been seeing a steady dose of rain here mid to late afternoon and now early into our evening. And then here in Seattle, we got those dark clouds overhead. Winds coming down to a certain degree because we were up around 15 to 20, now down to 7 miles per hour with those temperatures in the mid 40s. We're going to drop well into the 40s into the night. But again, I wanted to point out what's happening here across the mountains because we're still taking our time to cool down, still above freezing for areas such as Stevens Pass and White Pass, and especially Snoqualmie Pass too at 45 degrees. So going to take a little while before we do see those temperatures cool down enough that we're going to start to really pile up the snow. Not going to be huge amounts, but should be respectable here as we go later on into the night. Now let's take a look at that band of rain as that's moving its way on through. That front is going to push eastward, and that's going to help to drop those snow levels as we go on into the night. For the time being, most of the moderate to heavier rain up this way around areas such as Snohomish County, northern King County right now, where you see some of those oranges, those yellows popping up, even some of the darker greens. That's all in there too, but this does kind of extend up into the mountain area since we are still somewhat warmer than that freezing point, so we're not really getting the good heavy snow like we would like to see up at the resorts there. And then as you extend farther south down around the I-5 corridor through Tacoma, eventually extreme southern parts of Grays Harbor County, Pacific County, down this way around here, south of Aberdeen, we've been seeing some moderate to heavier rain, and that includes areas such as Westport and Grayland and over towards Hoquiam. So should get some good rain totals out of that here as we go throughout the day before things do start to switch up a little bit. And then big picture is this system is going to be heading on out of here. I think we're pretty much done with the steady rain even before midnight. As we get past that time, it will be more off and on showers and still some steady snow in the mountains, but that will start to taper off as we head into the first part of the day for tomorrow. Let's talk about advisories because we do have those out for the Central and North Cascades until 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. Generally amounts, we're talking 4 to 8 inches, but some of those higher amounts, 12 inches, where we see some steadier bands of snow still persist here as we go later on into the night, will be a possibility, and those will be for elevations above 3,500 feet. Snow levels, though, coming down here into the night, and maybe even cold enough that we have that all the way down to 1,500 feet into the day for tomorrow. We'll keep it right around 1,500 to 2,000, 2,500 feet for the rest of the week, so we should even pile up the snow at Snoqualmie Pass too, which is right around 3,000 feet. Let's talk about what's happening here as we go later on into the night. You can see that band of steady rain and mountain snow beginning to head east by about midnight. That's midnight, so let's see. We'll back it up just a couple of hours for you. About 10 to 11 p.m. really is when we're going to be at the back edge of this. And once we get at the back edge of that, we're going to see things really taper off with some of the steady rain that we have in place. But you can see the widespread blue that's showing up on the futurecast right here. That's showing you just the snow that's going to be coming down in the brief period of time, but how heavily we're expecting to come down here as we head on into that point. But after midnight and really going into early tomorrow morning, your drive shouldn't be impacted much at all as you're heading out to work early into Monday, and really throughout the majority of the day, just a few showers around, really more hit or miss for many of us, with a lot of the mountain snow coming to an end at that point as well. That's 11 p.m. tomorrow night or 10 p.m. tomorrow night, and then we'll have our next system starting to arrive. That will hit parts of the Olympic Peninsula first and still take its time before it makes its way closer to Puget Sound to the Kitsap Peninsula. Northwest interior up this way around Whatcom County, the San Juan Islands, you might see just a little bit of a higher chance early into the day on Tuesday. So definitely have the rain gear with you before you head out the door. The rest of us still going to take some time, so maybe the evening heading into the nighttime hours before we really start to see the rain come down. It's going to take some time. So if you want to maybe risk maybe not having kids take the rain gear with them heading into Tuesday, you might be able to get away with it because we're not really going to see things pick up until we head later on into that evening. And then into early Wednesday, you can see still some more rain around, and we're going to keep things pretty wet as we head on into Wednesday afternoon at that point. So rainfall totals here through Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock, most spots between about a tenth up to about a half an inch around Puget Sound. Where we see some of the heavier totals will be out over the Olympic Peninsula. That's where the sweet spot will be for some of the moderate to heavier rain, and really the more persistent rain out there. I would say anywhere between 1 to 3 inches will be possible out that way, especially out across parts of the north coast. So that's what we're expecting when it comes to rainfall, and then snow amounts. We're going to see that start to pile up too. We'll see anywhere between about a half a foot, maybe closer to a foot of snow for many of our resorts here through Wednesday morning. Big winters look to be up that way around Mount Baker, where we could see closer to 2 feet of snow. Hurricane Ridge could even get up closer to about maybe a foot and a half there. And then, of course, Paradise with a higher elevation there could get up closer to about maybe a foot and a half, closing in on 2 feet of snow. All right, here we go into the night. We're going to drop those numbers down into the upper 30s and lower 40s. So a chilly overnight, and the lows across the mountain passes here are definitely going to drop, aiding and helping to reducing more of that snow. 20s on the way for lows there. And then for highs tomorrow, we'll see highs stay below freezing there at Stevens Pass. Mid-30s expected for Snoqualmie Pass and White Pass. And for us here in the lowlands, generally seeing a lot of those highs in the upper 40s to low 50s. A few sun breaks could be possible to go along with that. And then your 7-day forecast, just a lot of rainy icons showing up on there for the rest of this work week and heading on into the upcoming weekend, giving us multiple rain chances and really kind of helping us out because we are running deficits when it comes to rainfall and precipitation and our snowpack here across western Washington, so we could use a little improvement when it comes to that. All right, so just make sure if you're going to be out here for the evening, have the rain gear with you. If you're heading out early tomorrow morning, you might be able to get away with not having it. And Monday, for the first day here of the work week, not going to be a washout by any means, and maybe not even seeing too much of any rain at all for a few of us. Okay, take care, everyone. Have a great Sunday night. We'll talk to you soon.